Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is championship time here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. Peachtree Ridge out of Swanee, Georgia, taking on Trinity, the Rocks. Trinity Rocks out of Louisville, Kentucky. Peachtree will win the opening tap. Peachtree, they'll be wearing all white, blue numbers, red trim. Trinity will have on all green and the white numbers. Powell will have it, and Powell will get things started. Peachtree Ridge will move the ball around. Peachtree Ridge. Got to get my rosters going. That's Jay Scrub. I know him. He had 37 in the first game, Jay Scrub. Jay going to the basket. Wild, out of control. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up for 2 points. 2 points for Jay Scrub. Coming on the other side, Hiram Maxey. Maxey, he'll have it. Maxey sets up his offense. Sends it over to the Florida State recruit. Now they'll move it to Amari Davis. Now Maxey has it. Maxey sends it around. The Florida State recruit, Devin Vassell. Devin launches from long range. Devin gets his own rebound. Sends it back over. 3 ball. BJ Knight. BJ Knight for 3. Sends it back. They'll call a travel. Took too many steps on the baseline before he got rid of that ball. Peachtree Ridge will take it out. Shout out to everyone over at Peachtree Ridge. Ryan Leslie, the AD at Peachtree Ridge. He sent me all the Peachtree Ridge information that I could ever use. Appreciate it, Mr. Leslie. Coach Leslie taking over as the AD over there. 3 ball on the wing, no good, tapped out. David Johnson. Now Johnson will bring it up court. Johnson going to the hole. Johnson loses it. Devin coming down the court. Devin pulls up at the free throw line. No good. Ball tipped out. Now Johnson sends it over. Vassell pins it on the backboard. I thought it might have been a goaltender, but no. Home team gets that call every day. Sends it back across court. 3, oh my goodness. Not quite sure where Mr. Higgs was aiming at. Scrub will have it. Scrub, pump fake, travel. Oh my goodness. They called travel, but Jay Scrub wanted to tear the rim down on that one. God, he went up high. High with a lot of power. Setting things up. Maxey gives it off. They'll send it back around to Knight. Knight passes it back to Maxey. Send it down to Davis. Inside. BJ Knight. BJ is having a good night. He has 5 points to kick things off. Johnson kicks it over to Powell. Nope, not Powell, I'm sorry. Scrub will have it now. Scrub crossing over. Scrub loses it, but they're going to call foul on Jay Scrub. He'll take it out on the baseline. He walked to the free throw line. You're not going to get the shot after that, young man. You're going to take that one out on the sideline. Send it up to Johnson. Johnson being closely guarded by Higgs. Man-to-man defense from Peachtree. Powell playing with it. Powell knows some of these guys. He played with the Atlanta Celtics doing this. Oh, what a pass over the top. Layup, no good. Blocked from behind. Fought for it. Vassell, he's fouled. Great job from behind. I think, who are we going to give that block to? Was that block for Amari Davis or Devin Vassell? We'll figure it out. Check the stats at halftime. One of them got it. Hiram Maxey. 6-foot senior point guard. Sends it over to Higgs. They'll send it down low to Davis. That's a travel. Too many steps. That's the 4th travel that's been called so far in the game. Young men don't realize you got to put the ball on the ground first before you take a step. Johnson will have it. Johnson sends it back to Jay. Jay going to the hole. Jay, block. Jay Scrub blocked as he was trying to go to the lane. They'll kick it over to Johnson. Johnson didn't need the pick. Stop, pull up. No good. Follows his own shot. Up and underneath. Lay in. Good. David Johnson. Going to the hole. No good. Throws it up high. Vassell will get it. Vassell. Follow. 2 points. Devin Vassell. Johnson sends it over to Nick Johnson. Back on the inside, they'll flip it back out to Powell. Powell, splash. Justin Powell for 3. Tie ball game, 7-7. Devin, front of the rim, no good. Rebound brought down by Johnson. Johnson, outlet pass. Sends it back up court to the other Johnson. No good. B.J. Knight, he'll outlet it to Devin. Devin, he'll play with it. Now they'll send it back to B.J. B.J. no good. Nick Johnson with the rebound. David Johnson with the ball. Jay Scrub. Scrub back over to David Johnson. David Johnson tried to step back to the 3. They'll send it back out to Scrub. Scrub going to the lane. Fouled as he went to the lane. Host of substitutions coming in the game. I'll just tell you who left. Devin Higgs left. B.J. Knight left. And Powell left on the other side. Little 3-man weave going on at the top. Long range 3 from Scrub. No good. Scrub still trying to find his way. Coming off a 37-point performance on the first night. Oh, nice move. 2 points. Devin Vassell. David Johnson throws it back to the other Johnson. Going to the hole, strip. Nope, called the foul. Colton Rice. Colton Rice in the game. Sam Slaughter coming in the game. Slaughter coming in for Jameel Hardaway. Richard Rivers, the big 6'11" junior, coming into the game. Throws it up top to David Johnson. Cross court, Johnson to Johnson. It's not as smooth as baby powder on that one. Moss kicks it over to Devin. Devin spins. And they'll call a foul on the floor. I think I finally figured out the reps. It's been 3 days, and I finally figured them out. If you go to the hole and you're in the act of shooting, they're not going to call foul unless you start bleeding. But if you get slapped on the wrist on the perimeter, they'll call foul. I figured it out.
You have cracked the code.
Cracked the code. I am the code cracker. 3-ball. Splash, bottom of the net. Devin Vassell knocks it.
Devin Vassell. PA got it wrong. Hey, I tell you, man, I'm not catching heat from Mrs. Basile, man. I'm sorry. I've been a team player as long as I can, man.
Shot no good from Basile. I mean, I'm not saying from Basile. From Jay Scrub shot that shot. I got tongue-tied. Still getting tongue-tied in the booth. It's been a long weekend.
It's been a long tournament stretch. Cranked up with that Hawks Naismith Classic there in Atlanta December 21st, and since then, we've been rolling.
SUV TV bringing you some of the greatest basketball in the nation. Blocking foul. Going to call it against the offense. Who did they call it on? Called it on Devin Higgs. Devin Higgs. Looked like B.J. Knight will come in the game for Higgs. Colton Rice, bringing it up court. Being guarded by Harrison Chester. Now David Johnson has it. He calls out the pick from Slaughter. He uses the pick from Slaughter. Sends it over in the corner to the other Johnson. Now Rice. Slaughter coming back to set a pick. Doesn't need it. Doesn't use it. Did they call a foul? Wow. They called the foul on Tamir Harrison Chester. I did not see that. I didn't see it, but the referee saw it, and I guess that's all that matters.
Coach Arrington not saying much about it. And again, for the most part, Coach is going to focus on his players. If he has something to say about it, then I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't complain about much.
Rice sends it over in the corner to Hardaway. Now Johnson. Johnson waves away the pick. He doesn't use the pick. Tries to send it in the corner to Rice, and it's tapped and knocked out of bounds. Trinity will take it out. Now Powell. Powell working in the lane. Powell throws it just too high for Hardaway.
Powell trying to be unselfish there, but he's right there in the heart of the paint. He's too crafty of a player to be able to get a shot off and score it or pass it out to the perimeter.
And especially with less than 1 second left. Tried to throw it up high to Rivers to get the touch. No good. Here we are at the end of the first quarter. The score, 12-7. 12-7, Peachtree Ridge on top of Trinity here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic.
Okay, Brett, with Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
You guys cover all kinds of stuff, right?
Sure do.
Tractors?
Yep.
RVs, SUVs, ATVs, boats, the gunslinger?
Absolutely. Wait, what is the gunslinger?
Want to ride?
Yes.
Favorites.com from Farm Bureau.
Founders is committed to community involvement within our schools and student athletic programs. And it's a commitment we continue to establish, embody, and embrace for the long haul. Because at Founders Federal Credit Union, we understand how busy your day can be. And worrying about your financial matters shouldn't slow you down. So go ahead, keep cheering your team on to another win. After all, you've got enough on your plate. Relax. You're with Founders.
7 over Trinity. Blocking foul.
Now on that one, I think Knight was just trying to hedge there, but made some contact there with Powell. You got to see the way that they're calling this game. You know you're not going to be able to do that there.
Not at all.
So it's up to the players to be able to make the on-court adjustments, just given the way the game's being officiated.
Powell kicks it out to Rice. Rice with the long 3 ball. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound brought down by the Lions. Lions pushing it up court. No good. Slaughter with the rebound. Now they'll kick it out to Rice. Rice is off and running. And Powell gets it on the baseline. Powell lays it in for 2. Justin Powell.
Like I said, I've enjoyed watching Powell play here over the past couple days. Can do it at all 3 levels.
Peachtree Ridge sends it out to Rivers. The big man from long range, back of the rim, no good. I didn't know he had that one in his arsenal. But you know what? If the coach didn't say anything or look funny when he shot it, that means he must can shoot it.
Exactly. The coach's body language is always the best litmus test.
Oh, beautiful hanging layup. Devin Vassell. Vassell.
You had it right the first time.
Vassell. I'm going to get it. God, I'm going to get it.
No, you're going to call him Devin, and I'm going to call him Devin Vassell.
There you go. We'll call him Devin all night. Here's the steal. Devin in the open court. He'll pull it back out. Spin on the baseline. Go up and under. Oh, they called travel. Oh, no. They called travel.
I don't know. Looked like a good one. Let's take another look. I know they don't have the privilege of being able to slow it down, so much respect to the officials on that. And it looks like they did get the call right.
He did.
A little meticulous, but he did slide that pivot foot just a touch.
In the open court, they'll get it back. Jay Scrub will have it. Scrub being guarded by Devin. Scrub kicks it over in the corner. Touch pass to Johnson. Johnson knocks down the 3. David Johnson.
You know, first time we mentioned it, man, but Gwinnett County representing here at the FBI Classic. You got one on the court, and Norcross waiting in the wings to play for a bracket championship.
And not to mention, let's not forget Archer. Archer, the girls.
They were in the 3rd place game.
They were in the 3rd place game.
And that's just, you know, that's if we're talking specifically Gwinnett County when it comes to the Peach State. This year's champion on the girls' side, none other than the Lovejoy girls. They're out of Clayton County.
The Lovejoy Lady Wildcats won the championship earlier today. Outstanding performance by 2 sophomores. The future is great if you're a Lovejoy Lady Wildcat. They have 1 senior on the team, and they have 2 sophomores who will be All-Americans when it's all said and done. Genesis Bryant and Anaya Boyd. Rebound, put back up, put in, give them 2 points.
Big Rivers. And that's why, you know, even though the coaches didn't really get that up in arms about that jumper that he took.
Amari Davis will go to the line, and Amari Davis will shoot 2.
Yeah, Rivers,
shoot 1.
Yeah, Rivers took the J. Rivers has Davis by a few LBs. Davis, a slightly different option there for Coach Arrington.
Johnson will have it. Trinity down by 5. Slaughter coming out to set the pick for Scrub. Scrub sends it in the corner to Powell. Powell, no good. Rebound brought down by B.J. Knight. B.J. hands it off to Maxey. Maxey sends it over to Higgs. Back out to Devin. Devin, long range, in and out. Fought for a put back up. B.J. having a good night.
Having a night.
Timeout. Coach Mike Zabo says, I've seen enough. Let's slow this thing down. Let me get a 30-second timeout. Score 19-12. 7-point lead for the Peachtree Ridge Lions.
You know, when Vassell made that move, the move that they call travel on, he hit him with a little bit of that MJ, my favorite MJ move. There's a ton of them. My favorite MJ move was against the Knicks, where he had John Starks, and I want to say it was either Mason or Harper right there, and he took 2 dribbles left, act like he was going to pull it back out along the baseline, and then went right back left for the jam. That's probably my favorite MJ move, man.
One of the greats all time, and he dunked on you. No, did Ewing get a piece of that at the end?
I don't think he did, but he's dunked on Ewing so many times, man. I mean, and the thing about it is that the best defensive players, you're going to get poked on at some point in time. It's just the reality of it. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you, but it just seems like Jordan dunked on Ewing so many times throughout his career.
Alonzo Mourning, he was one of those guys, one of my favorite players of all time. Great defensive intimidator. But every time I turned around, it was a poster being made of the former Georgetown Hoya.
It's part of what you like about those types of defenders, because I've heard everybody that has played the game at a certain level, they always caution, or they hate to see players that think they're too cool for certain things, too cool to play hard, too cool to get the 50-50 balls, too cool to get dunked on if you know, you're challenging somebody at the rim. But it's all about getting that W, man. It's not about style points.
Up and in. Knocks down the second free throw. It's a 5-point ball game. Peachtree Ridge on top. Man-to-man defense from Trinity. He almost lost it. Colton Rice playing great defense over there.
And then a little bit too much dribbling. You know, Peachtree Ridge does a good job of moving the ball around.
And look at that. I spoke up Colton Rice, and he came up with the steal. He'll send it over to Scrub. Scrub crosses over Scrub. Goes to the hole with the fancy layup. And he lays it in for 2 points. Jay Scrub. Now here's Devin. Devin being guarded by Johnson. Pump fake, sends it over now. Maxey. Maxey pulls. Maxey. Now Scrub. Scrub will send it over to Rice. Powell back out to Rice, over to Scrub. Good movement. Pump fake going to the lane. They're going to call a foul on the floor. One thing I'm noticing about Johnson, it seems like his outside shot isn't working tonight. So what does he do? He takes it to the hole.
Johnson's a player that just does a great job making adjustments throughout the course of a game. Doesn't get too high off the high, low off the lows. Very even keeled out there. Just finds ways to win. Big reason why they're here after defeating a Newton team that we've seen time and time again play well defensively as a team, but also have Ashton Hagans lock in on the team's best player. He had Ashton Hagans lock in on him, and he was still able to score as well as handle the pressure and kick it to others, like a Powell or a Scrub.
And now Peachtree will bring it up court. They'll send it over. Maxey setting up his offense, looking for Devin. Now he has Devin. Devin calling for the pick. Davis will set it. Devin, no good. Rebound put back up by the other Devin. This time Higgs couldn't convert. Johnson, David Johnson bringing it up court. Johnson sends it over to Powell. Powell working off that pick from Slaughter. Over to Johnson, long range. Bow, count it. As soon as I said his outside shot wasn't working, he comes right back down the court and nails a three-pointer, and it's a 1-point lead for the Trinity Rocks. Let's see if Devin can answer. They'll send it back to Maxey. Maxey wants the answer, no good off the back of the rim. Devin gets the rebound, up and under, no good. Tries to save, no, it'll be Peachtree line ball. Steps into the three ball. Oh my goodness, he came up way short on that one.
Higgs just got a little too excited on that one. He's a player that can knock that shot down. You're going to see Coach Arrington get a full timeout, sort of slow his players down just a little bit.
We got a timeout here with 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. We're here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic on SUV TV.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
Brett. Now, if you want to get people pumped about insurance, you gotta smile. All right? Okay. Give it a try.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com.
And smile.
I am smiling.
A grin? Like a happy face.
This?
Yes, but like complete opposite of all of that.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favorites.com. Insurance.
He's over here playing, getting jiggy with it, getting a little bit of Will Smith, not the Fresh Prince.
No, he was playing the Men in Black.
Oh, Men in Black.
Get jiggy with it, you know. You got a couple Will Smith hits that stand out, so.
Will Smith may be the greatest rapper of all times. I'll tell you my theory about it a little bit later, but we're going to talk basketball. Peachtree Ridge down by 3. Trinity on top. Travel. Peachtree Ridge has turned up the defensive intensity.
Trinity has done that in the Peachtree Ridge. It's one of those instances to where the players on the floor, they have to make the adjustment and settle down. Coach Arrington just called a full timeout, and they come and they turn it over right out of it. So the players have to kind of self-compose out there. But they're a battle-tested bunch, so shouldn't be a problem doing so.
Jumper, basket. Justin Powell knocks it down.
Thing about it is, against this Trinity Rocks team, they don't leave a large margin for error at all.
Devin pull up, follows his own shot, block, follows his own shot. That one will count.
That's persistence. Now that looked like a Florida State signee right there, just in terms of how he stuck with it. That's a gritty bucket right there for Devin Vassell.
That's Leonard Hamilton basketball right there. That's tough basketball. Step back 3. Oh! David Johnson.
I'm going to say Mr. Johnson didn't care for your assessment of his jumper in this game. You didn't say overall, but he said, oh, okay, the jumper's off, huh?
I'm sorry for disrespecting your jumper, young man. Devin will go to the line and he'll shoot 2. Let's look at that step back from Devin. From David.
And that's hand in face. That's good defense. It's better offense.
Can't even shout hand down, man down.
You're Devin Higgs, you defend like that, right on him, get a hand up and he hits it. Hey, you get back and try to get those points back.
All you can do is just look at the sideline and say, hey, coach, I tried. Coach can't even say anything to you. He said, I understand. Now Johnson will bring it up court. Just under a minute to go. Johnson sends it over to Rice. Rice sends it back to Powell. Powell being guarded by BJ. Oh, got a foul out front.
No, that's his 3rd foul there. So if you're BJ Knight, again, make the adjustment on how they're calling the game. You had a scenario where it looked like Trinity was really just trying to space it out, move it around, and hold for a last shot. So instead of going into halftime with only 2 fouls, Knight's having a good game. He's got 3.
That is a tough foul to pick up before the end of the half.
Especially with hair trigger whistles on both ends.
Powell knocks down that first one. Powell knocks down the second one. 10th grader, Justin Powell.
We mentioned on yesterday's broadcast an offer from Xavier and an offer from Cincinnati here over the past week.
Ball tip. Devin will get it. Devin. Oh my goodness, that's a pretty jumper. Jay Scrub going to the lane. No. Vassell will get it with 5 seconds. Kicks it up court to Maxey. Maxey throws it up. No good. And here we are at the end of the half. The score 29-25. Trinity on top of Peachtree Ridge.
Okay, Brett, with Farm Bureau, you're getting local agents, great auto rates, and fast, friendly claims.
You guys cover all kinds of stuff, right?
Sure do.
Tractors?
Yep.
RVs, SUVs, ATVs, boats, the gunslinger.
Absolutely. Wait, what is the gunslinger?
Want to ride?
Yes.
Favorites.com from Farm Bureau.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast.
Do my thing whenever I'm put on someone's neck.
My dogs will be the best in 4 years.
All right, we're back here live. Championship round here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. I am Sylvester Williams, joined by Marcus Burnett. Hey, man, all our fans out there, feel free to tweet us, man. We hadn't heard from you guys today. Tweet us. Tweet me at Slider Sports Guy. Tweet Marcus at SUVTV.
My guy Ryan Lesniak is saying, man, I'm not tweeting, man. I tweeted you guys the Peachtree Ridge Almanac, and you guys haven't referred to it yet.
I'm telling you, we're going to work those facts in there, Coach. We're going to work them in there.
Hey, man, that's just a good guy, man. It's a salt-of-the-earth type guy there, Coach Ryan Lesniak. Speaking of Archer, they played in the third-place game. Coach Ryan Lesniak was the head coach of that program. Started it early on, and those guys were Final Four regulars there during his stint there. Now the AD there at Peachtree Ridge.
David Johnson knocks down another one. David Johnson is 4 for 4 from behind the lines. David had 12 points in the first half. We'll give him 15 now. Peachtree Ridge moving it around. 3 ball, no good. Got a foul on the floor. Point totals. Devin Vassell. He had 13 points, leading scorer for Peachtree Ridge. David Johnson had 12. Justin Powell had 11. Jumper from BJ. BJ having a good night. That's his 11th point. Trinity up by 5. Johnson with the backdoor pass to David Powell. I'm sorry, Justin Powell. Why did I want to call him David Powell? I know somebody named David Powell, must have been. But Justin Powell scores the 2.
Great action there by Trinity on the last possession.
Maxey spots up and knocks it down. Hiram Maxey.
You saw Maxey miss most of his three-point attempts there in the first half. He's a good shooter. He really helped him in that opening round win. He came out with the stroke early on.
David Johnson misses the 3 down on that end. He tries to go for the steal. It'll go out of bounds. Maxey will have it, sends it over to Devin. Devin, elbow jumper.
Just does a lot of things well. His mid-range game is part of it. Saw him splash one right before the intermission. Gets another one.
Powell working. Powell sends it back over to Johnson. Nick Johnson has been living right as he gets the roll. You know what? I call him Nick Johnson. They have him mislisted in the book. That's Stan Turner. Ooh, the follow.
Devin Vassell.
Devin Vassell with the follow. But hold on. That is Stan Turnier. Stan the man Turnier. And I've been calling him Nick Johnson. They have him mislisted. They have Nick Johnson as 32 and Stan as 33 in my program, but I was wrong. Nick is 32. Now back to the action.
Devin Higgs trying to tighten things up on Johnson.
There's Stan. Oh, get that out of here. Devin Vassell says, Stan, you are not the man in my house.
That's that wingspan right there.
I'm telling you, a long wingspan.
Wingspan and ability to cover ground quickly.
Comes in here and gets rid of that.
SWAT team.
They'll take it out. Sends it back up top to Slaughter. Now Powell will pick it up, and Powell was fouled.
Foul on number 21, Hiram Maxey. His first. Second team foul.
You know, I spent a good time talking to Stan's dad yesterday morning. We were sitting at the hotel. feel kind of embarrassed. I called his son the wrong name. Blame it on the scorebook. There's Stan. Shoots that one long. Ooh, Powell tried to get the steal. No good. Oh, nice touch pass on the inside. He's fouled. Amari Davis will go to the line, and Amari will shoot 2.
Good work there by Knight, not just scoring, but rebounding, defending. There with the way he's scoring the ball, could have easily tried to go up himself and makes a nice touch pass.
On the line for Peachtree Booth, number 20, Amari Davis.
Can't get that free throw to go as Johnson will walk it up. Still being worked on by Devin Higgs.
Now look at Scrub. Scrub playing on the top. Scrub, no good. With the follow, give him 2 points. Following his own shot. Jay Scrub. Now Devin will have it on the wing, being guarded by Johnson. He'll throw it down low. Spin, working on the inside. BJ, not tonight. Stan, the man in the corner, sends it back to Justin. The David Powell. I'm calling the wrong names all over. There's Powell in the corner. Justin Powell knocks down the 3.
He's got a smooth stroke, man.
Nice shot from the outside, Powell. He has. Maxey sends it over to Devin. Devin, he's calling for the pick. Sends Amari up. Amari rolls, but Devin keeps it. Sends it back out. Oh, that's something. They'll call travel.
Little out of sorts there as Maxey thought he wanted to shoot it. Brings it back down and was very surprised that Vassell called for the screen there. He had number 44 there for Trinity and Slaughter on him. Definitely a mismatch there as far as Vassell. So he called for that screen and gave him time to switch.
Jay Scrub will have it. Jay pulls up for 3. Bank is closed. Working jumper on the baseline, no good. Johnson with the outlet to Powell. Powell lays it in for 2. Justin Powell.
Nice outlet by Johnson.
Looks like we got a push in the back.
Johnson, this is almost a Kevin Love precision type of pass ahead, and then the body control.
Nice lay in.
Wow. I think Powell, he had the best jelly of the event.
Rivers with the lay. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. Gets his own rebound. Richard Rivers down there padding his stats. Wanted to get an extra rebound for the stat book. Slaughter being guarded by Rivers. They'll hand it off to Powell. Oh, nice pass inside to Slaughter. Slaughter tried to pass it out, but he turns it over. Now Devin behind the back dribble. Devin coming up, crossing over, tries to go up. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line, and he will shoot 2.
Fouls on number 15, Justin Powell, his first. 14th foul. On the line for Peachtree Booth, number 24, Devin Vassell.
Vassell has been in attack mode this entire game. You saw stretches there in the semifinals where you wanted him to be a little bit more aggressive. They play team ball there, but he's always a matchup problem because 9 times out of 10 he either has somebody on him that has the size but is too slow for him, or that might be quick but don't have that length, or it allows him to take advantage of that height discrepancy. So today he's not only attacking the rim but also following every shot and wreaking havoc on the offensive glass as well.
Young man is listed at 6'5", but he has the wingspan of somebody 6'11". Johnson finds Hardaway on the baseline. Hardaway kicks it out to Rice, over to Powell. Powell over to Scrub. Scrub no good. Pushing it up court, ends it up, no good. Rebound brought down by Hardaway. Sends it over to Johnson. Johnson is hot. Johnson is feeling it. 5 3-pointers on the night for David Johnson.
Practically shot that one from the first row there.
Oh, what a crossover move. Doesn't finish. Scrub gets it, he outlets it to Johnson. Rice in the corner. Travel. Took
that little bunny hop when he got it. But that's what's tough about Peachtree Ridge. They just, again, mention how you don't have a big margin for error playing against Trinity with their ability to score the ball. Johnson, Powell, Scrub, just makes it tough.
Long range three. Side of the rim, no good. Scrub will get it now. Scrub with the beautiful bounce pass to Hardaway. Beautiful bounce pass from Scrub to Hardaway for the 2. And he'll get a foul to go with it.
Take a look at the replay. So you see the doldrums that the Peachtree Ridge offense is in right now. But just jacking up a 3, you know, it's one thing if it's off a drive and kick, but just jacking up a 3, that's just going to lead to transition buckets by Trinity and Exhibit A there on that last play.
Trinity will make you pay. You shoot that bad shot in there off and running and look at it. Free throw good. Jameel Hardaway. Rivers calling for it on the inside. Jay Scrub just too quick. Jay Scrub. Strong move to the hole, give him 2 points.
We all grew up in the era where TLC said they don't want no scrubs. Scrub not a bad thing if you're talking basketball here at the FBI Classic. This young man has had a heck of a week.
Heck of a week Jay Scrub has had turned in for his Trinity High School team.
I mean, when you start the event off going for 30, I mean, hard not to kind of take some momentum into the rest of the tournament.
37.
Correction, 37 piece nugget.
He put those 37 up, and I don't think he broke a sweat. It was the smoothest 37 I've ever seen. Speaking of smooth, Devin Vassell, he'll be fouled.
Foul on number 4, Jay Scrub, his second. 50 foul.
Oh, pass intercepted. Rice. Oh, doesn't count at the buzzer.
And Moss had Vassell right there.
Passed it to the wrong man. Score 53-37 at the end of the third quarter. Trinity on top of Peachtree Ridge here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great home and auto rates and local agents at favorites.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
All right, we're back for the start of the fourth quarter here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. Jay Scrub will have it. He'll shovel it to the other side of the court. Johnson is feeling himself. I think he wants to pull. Jay Scrub will have it. Now Scrub sends it back to Johnson. Johnson, they're going to call charge. They'll call charge on that one.
Number 4, Jay Scrub, his third.
Now Maxey will push it up court. Maxey will throw it away. A little bit of miscommunication. Looks like Moss curled when Maxey thought he was going to go out. Now Rice will have it. He'll go off a double screen. Kicks it over in the corner. Quick pass to Jay. Jay, left hand. No good. They call. I was trying to figure out these referees and some of these foul calls. They're giving the, if it's a touch call, not on the shot, they'll give the call. But if you're going to the basket and you get hammered, they're going to call the foul on you. I mean, they won't call a foul. Men like this all day.
You know, man, we got to work in some of those Ryan Lesniak fun facts. One thing I'll talk about is looking at the Peachtree Ridge Twitter chain. You know, on a broadcast on SUV TV last night, Wheeler played Oak Ridge, and there was a point in time to where one of the teams, they held the ball. Oak Ridge held the ball. I believe it was a full 4 minutes.
Yes.
4 basketball minutes where they held the ball. And R.I. Perry of the Peachtree Ridge community said that with a Coach Arrington coach team, you would never have to worry about that. They're gonna come out there and play defense right under your chin. So as far as stalling like that, that will never happen. And I couldn't agree with you more, R.I. Perry.
The Tournament of Champions, that's the other broadcast we have going on at the SUV Network, SUV TV Network.
Blanche Eli's taking on Pebblebrook there in the first bracket championship, and then the aforementioned Oak Ridge will take on Paul VI there at 8:30 there in Atlanta.
Oak Ridge out of Florida.
Got a guy named Emmett Williams.
You may have heard of him.
Yeah, he's the reason why you make sure you keep a backup rim or two on site.
Yes, the reason why you make sure it is another rim in the gym, because he could tear it down. Oh, he almost got his backwards on him. Devin steps into that three. Tries to follow the shot, no, but they'll get the rebound. There is Moss. Moss kicks it over to Maxey. Maxey back to Moss. Moss with the long three. Box out by Johnson. Now Powell pushing it up court. Powell over the stand. Stand. Oh, and a follow! David Johnson following the shot with authority as he throws it down for 2.
Yes, he saw Devin Vassell get him one a few minutes ago. Johnson follows that cab.
3 ball from Moss. No good. Ball tipped and knocked out of bounds. It'll be Peachtree. No, they're going to give it to Trinity. It'll be Trinity ball.
Take another look at young Johnson. Stan misses.
Johnson coming out of nowhere to throw that thing down. Now Johnson coming up court. The backdoor cut. Jay Scrub. Jay Scrub with the hard 2. It's one of those grown man layups.
Right now, that three-headed monster that is Scrub, Powell, and David Johnson is having fun right now.
Saw the pinpoint pass. Free throw's good from David Johnson. David Johnson put that pass on the money. 5.5 minutes to go. 20-point lead for Trinity. Working in the paint. Oh, can't get it to fall. He'll get his own rebound. Puts it back up. B.J. Knight, no good. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson outlet pass to Powell. Powell slows it up. Powell, he'll pull it back out, send it over in the corner to Scrub. No good. Higgs pushing. Higgs. Scoop shot, left hand layup. And Coach Arrington wants to call timeout. Just under 5 minutes to go. The score of 58-40. Trinity on top of Peachtree Ridge.
Founders is committed to community involvement within our schools and student athletic programs. And it's a commitment we continue to establish, embody, and embrace for the long haul. Because at Founders Federal Credit Union, we understand how busy your day can be. And worrying about your financial matters shouldn't slow you down. So go ahead, keep cheering your team on to another win. After all, you've got enough on your plate. Relax. You're with Founders.
Going on over here. We're back, coming out of the timeout. Peachtree Ridge brought a few fans, but Norcross also brought a few fans, and they're sitting beside each other. Two Gwinnett County teams supporting each other. That'll never happen. Spartanburg, South Carolina is the only place you'll ever see that happen.
Say as soon as they hit 20. I'm
85,
sorry, not 20, 85, man.
As soon as they
hit 85.
All that goodwill is gone.
Gwinnett County, such a so many talented athletes and teams across all sports. Not sure what Powell did there. Looked like pretty good defense.
Yep, Peachtree Ridge, the younger sibling of Norcross, I guess you can say. Peachtree Ridge has been around for 15 years. Now I want you to picture this, Marcus. The school has been existing for 15 years, but they have 14 total state championships in all sports.
Not bad.
3 ball. B.J. Knight.
Not just state championships. Those, you've seen players come through there and play at the highest levels in various sports. Johnson.
David Johnson is on fire tonight. That's his 6th three-pointer. Gonna call an over-the-back foul on that one. David Johnson can't be stopped from outside, knocking down three-pointers.
If I'm Peachtree Ridge, man, I'm blaming you. He didn't start knocking down threes until you said his jumper isn't falling tonight, so he's got to find other ways to do certain things. And since then, 6 threes later? Well, of course, they hold themselves accountable way too much to blame you. But
my goodness, I think I should have kept my mouth shut. Free throw. Swish.
Talked about some of those Peachtree Ridge players at the next level. Got NFLers Bradley Roby, who's with Denver. Kevin Minter, he's a Bengal. And Cameron Hayward of the Steelers.
The son of Ironhead, Craig Ironhead Hayward. Had 3 boys, all of them played at Peachtree Ridge. Cameron, Corey, and Connor.
The youngsters probably know nothing about that commercial, but one of my funniest commercials coming up was "Hey Iron Man."
Ironhead Craig Hayward.
As a marketing major, I thought that was great marketing as well.
Oh yeah.
Having them talking about using a loofah.
Powell for 3. No good. Rebound, fought for, rebound Hardaway. And they're going to call a foul.
Fouls on number 3. Devon Higgs.
Going to call that one on Devon Higgs.
You know, Devin Higgs and Devin Vassell, they're cousins.
Yeah, they're cousins. Both of them named Devin, spelled 2 different ways, though.
So I'm sure they've played with each other a lot, and I'm sure they've had some battles against each other as well. A little bit of iron sharpening iron there within the family.
I want to give a shout out to Lee R. Handle. He's watching somewhere in the Kentucky area. He's a Shamrock fan. I hear the Shamrocks have a pretty good football program, pretty good football tradition up there. Devin from the elbow, no good, back of the rim. Johnson will get the rebound. Johnson hands it off to Powell, back to Johnson. Why not? Why not? Why not, David Johnson? Why not? That's 7 3-pointers on the night for David Johnson.
Sheesh. He is shooting.
He is shooting the ball tonight. And he's shooting it with a hand in his face. He's shooting it open.
He's saying what hand?
What hand?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice it. I didn't see it.
My goodness. 68-43, 68-43, just over 3 minutes to go. Look at him showing that range. One more time. Why not? Bam.
So Louisville's loss after the decommitment of Johnson is going to be somebody else's incredible game.
There are a lot of college programs around the nation right now that are very, very happy about the scandal at Louisville. To lose a guy like that. They'll roll it in, pick it up, Maxey. Maxey sends it over to Moss. Moss gets it inside. BJ Knight. BJ having a good night.
Barring an incredible comeback, that'll have to serve as a silver lining of sorts. But Knight's having a good game.
You know, it's a 23-point ball game, but Peachtree Ridge can take something away from this game right here. They're not losing by 23 to a bunch of scrubs.
No, not at all.
They're losing by 23 to a team that is in the running to be the Kentucky State champion. A lot of people predict that this will be a team that'll make it to that Big 16 or that Sweet 16, what they like to call it in Kentucky. Let me tell you something about Kentucky basketball for some of my Georgia listeners who don't know. Kentucky has 1 state champion. That's it. You heard me. 1 state champion. There are 16 regions in the state of Kentucky. You have to win your region to make it to the state playoffs. And when you make it to the state playoffs, the winner is the winner. Your school can have 3,200 kids or your school can have 200 kids. It doesn't matter.
Looked like Lee, our handle, shot you a picture of some hardware, some jewelry.
There you go. Lee Handle showing me the football ring, the #1 national champions. Now I'll let all my Kentucky fans, all my Trinity fans, I know a little bit about the state of Kentucky. Know a little bit about rings in the state of Kentucky because I myself have an Ohio Valley Conference Championship ring. I played under Coach Roy Kidd at EKU on the last EKU Conference champion in 1997. Long time ago. Yes, I am a colonel. Don't tell anybody. Peachtree, I still love you guys out there at Peachtree Ridge. Still love you guys down there. But I went to EKU.
Hey, you look at the football products that Peachtree Ridge has talked about, has put out. Their football program always something to talk about. They actually have a lacrosse player. I was reading an article from the Gwinnett Daily Post. Young man by the last name of Payne. He was a lacrosse player at Peachtree Ridge. Wasn't even playing football, but the football coach had a friendly wager with him to where if he nailed a three-point shot, he would at least give football a try if he nailed the three-point shot. So he knocked it down. I'm not sure whether he picked up a couple pointers from Coach Arrington or not, but he knocked the jumper down, and later it all comes full circle because that young man is actually going to be playing football at Purdue, the Purdue University.
Oh, my goodness. Marcus is a Indiana fella, born and raised.
Grew up in Indiana, went to school at WashU in St. Louis, but growing up an hour and 20 minutes north of Purdue, been a fan since the Drew Brees days, man.
Oh, my goodness.
So get ready for the return of basketball on grass, man. Payne's going to be a part of that, Sly.
Oh, my goodness. There's one Indiana fan in the whole world outside of the state of Indiana.
I ran into a Purdue fan in Starbucks about 2 weeks ago, and I'm obligated to say anything to a Purdue fan when I see them in Atlanta. I have to.
Here we go. They'll move the ball around, try to get the steal. Oh, turnover, interception, Christian Williams. Christian launches for three. No good, in and out. There's Nick Johnson. Nick's in the game. Been giving credit to Nick earlier in the game, but it's the wrong man. Moss with the breakaway. Moss lays it in off the backboard. Moss with the quick layup. He'll get it back to Andrew Bryan. Now we'll send it over to Kamari Kenmore. Ethan Hodge. Ball batted around. Robbie Springfield in the game. Springfield, Kenmore, Bryan, Johnson, and Hodge in the game for Trinity. Oala guarding. The floater, no good. Rebound, it'll be over the back foul on Johnson. Who was that great box out? Mario Akinsumi had perfect positioning on that, and he'll get the box out.
It's one of the things you love about tournaments. They give you matchups that you would never really see inside of a state without these types of holiday tournaments. If you're able to win them, it's great. It's a win-win scenario regardless because it's a great litmus test or benchmark as far as where your season is at. And also, you usually see teams that participate in these types of tournaments when they do get back home and start region play, there are always some takeaways that they can use. Peachtree Ridge team that was already doing well in the state of Georgia. Feel sorry for their next few opponents.
Peachtree Ridge came in here rated number 4 in the state in the Georgia Hoop Circle poll. Oh, turnover going the other way. Kenmore. Give him 2 more. 72-49. Oala shoots the 3. 2, no good. Peachtree Ridge will keep it. 7 seconds left. Pump fake, put it in. Basket. Christian Williams. And that's the ball game, folks. The score, 72-51, 72-51. Trinity Christian will win the Founders Bracket here at the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. I'm Sylvester Williams. He's Marcus Burnett. And that's it. We're going to take a quick break, and you can catch us. You can catch Norcross coming up next. Norcross taking on Gaston Day in the night.